No need to spend hours writing an article. We'll talk about an assembly line 5-step method to write articles faster. Hello, this is Matthew from Content in Life. Let's dive into the topic. Okay, today we're going to talk about how to write blog posts faster. Some stats show that the average blog post takes over 4 hours to write. I know maybe there are some still people that took this much of time to write an article for a blog post, but I don't think it's an optimum version of writing a blog post. You're not writing an article for a thesis or article for publishing in a science journal. You're writing for a blog, so it should not take that much. You can cut that time in half without sacrificing quality, I can assure you. I can give you a smarter way to write your blog articles with some methods and a kind of an assembly line that will shorten this time. Let's talk deep into it. So, the biggest bottleneck in taking too much time to write an article is the all-in-one method. This is kind of a chaos method. You try to do everything at once. You want to do research, write, edit, and format the article all at once. But it's kind of trying to build a car by working on all the parts simultaneously. It's chaotic and incredibly inefficient. This is called context switching. Let me talk about context switching. For example, you are the writer, so you try to go to research, from research to writing. After that, from writing to editing to images all at once. Then you find out that you did something wrong in writing, so you come back to the writing. In the writing, you feel that the research is not complete. You go back to the research. After research, you try to edit a draft. You see, it's kind of a chaos, and it doesn't help you in write more efficiently and write faster. So you have to find a method that gives you more efficiency when writing the article. This is what we are talking today. The solution is kind of an assembly line I suggest using. You can think of writing as a factory, as an artist. You're writing blog posts as a marketer, so you're not that kind of an artist, you're a marketer, you're kind of an engineer. So you have to think that you're working in a factory. It's better to have an assembly line, something that we have in the factories as well. The first step, the second, third, fourth, the things, they go one after the other. First, this one is done, then it goes to the next stage, then the next stage, and the final stage. This is something that we have to follow in our blog articles as well. We were talking about all of these steps in the continuing of the video. And solution is, you have to do each stage at one specific job, and by focusing on one type of task at a time. We don't do the context switching and we are going to only have a flow. And the steps are simple. First, you do the research, then you write the outline, then you write the draft, you edit it, and you polish the final version of the article. Let's talk deeply detail about each stage. Step 1 is research and brain dump. It should take about 15 minutes. You can, for example, use AI for brainstorming for sure as well. The goal is here, you're going only to collect the data, nothing specific to create. You're just collecting data from different sources and you're gathering clues. It's better to set a timer for 15 minutes and only do research. Gather everything you need. It can be stats, codes, competitor analysis, and any ideas you have, and you don't write anything. You're just gathering information. Yeah, you can use AI as your research assistant. It can help you very well. Yeah, I'm sure maybe you have seen deep research in Gemini, ChatGPT, or other AIs. They can do the research very faster for you, and they can gather all of the needed information for a topic. But you have to know what kind of prompt to use and what kind of research method to use in them. For example, you can write this kind of prompt. I'm writing a blog post titled 10 tips for better sleep. Analyze the top 5 Google search results for this keyword and give me a bullet list of the most common themes, unique tips, and surprising statistics mentioned. It can be this AI response. It might give you this answer, and it gives you some data, some codes, and some sources. You can use deep research as well. For example, tell Gemini that deep research for tips for better sleep. It will scan, I can say, tens of websites and give you the most up-to-date data about the topic you are going to research about. The next step is the blueprint outline. It should take about 15 minutes as well. You can't build a house without a blueprint. You have to create a blueprint to just tell you what to put where, and how to kind of assemble your building. It makes you 10x easier because you're just connecting the dots. So how's the blueprint? It can be something like that. You create the H2s, second headings, and just section by section, categorize your info, and just sort the H2s one next to the other. So the first can be create a RESTful environment. It should have a tip. It should have a stat. You're just writing keywords. You're just writing what am I going to write in this section, not complete sentences, only the points. For example, it can be the blueprint. Your intro has to have hook, problem, promise. The point 1 in H2, explain idea with an example. Point 2, H2, explain idea with a stat. Conclusion, CTA. This is the blueprint, and I just talked a little detail about what is going to be written in each step. The third step is the ugly first draft. It should take more time for sure. You are going to convert your tips, tricks, your tips, your stats, your codes to complete sentences and paragraphs. But this is very important here. You just write. You can edit later. If you write it perfectly at your most perfect stage, you have to edit. So it's better not to put that much of time here. You're only going to write draft. Yes, you should be accurate, but not that accurate. You just write the sentences, the paragraphs, and you just write for 45 minutes. Do not hit backspace. You just write. Do not fix typos. The goal is to get a complete messy draft on the page. You see, I didn't say perfect draft on the page. It's only a messy draft. So you can't edit. You have to write because you have to have something to edit. You see, it's kind of a draft here. For example, the stats are not complete. They're just waiting to be completed. We just write the sentences. The sentences are, and the sentences maybe not even grammatically correct, or maybe they have some mistypos or anything. Don't put that much of time on that. Only write the first draft. So the fourth step is the surgical edit. So you have to act as a surgeon, and try to edit all of the sentences, all of the grammar errors, and etc., and make it a perfect article. And there are some tools you can use. For example, for spelling and grammar, you can use Grammarly, Hemingway. I myself used Grammarly in the past, but currently I can use Gemini for that. But I think Grammarly is more perfect if you want to be perfectly editing the. I didn't use Hemingway, but I have seen some videos and some reviews about that. I can say it's comparable to Grammarly. For clarity and flow, just read the post out loud. If it's not that, if you can't read it easily, so maybe some edits are needed. For accuracy, you have to only check the facts with your sources and replace the placeholders. You might have written some placeholders for the stats, something that we saw in this slide. So in the fourth step, you are going to replace them with factual data and complete the article. So the step 5 is polish and optimize. You are going to finalize the article, and it should only take about 10 minutes. You have to polish it. You add some element that make the post visually appealing and SEO friendly. For example, you add images and media, you format for skimming, for example, bold bullets, add internal, external links to your other blog posts or other web pages or anything you want to link. You can optimize the SEO, title, and meta here. You see, many people get stuck in this stage and they think that they can do it in the first step. No, it can be done in the last step of writing the article. You optimize it for SEO after a keyword research. I have a video about keyword research you can use. I will put it here. And you can optimize the title and the SEO title and meta at the last step of the article, not at the beginning or at the middle. And after all, last but not least, you add a clear call to action, CTA, just to engage your audience. For example, the CTA can be subscribing, can be posting comments, can be buying something, or etc. And this is the final step. So for content batching, you can have a personal calendar, or a business calendar. For each writer, you can categorize the tasks like this. It's just a suggestion for you. By doing this, you can write about 4 articles per week. For example, on Monday, you only do the research. So you know that in this day, I'm only going to research. 4 topics. So you do all of your research for all of them, 4 of them. On Tuesday, you outline them so it doesn't take that much time. On Wednesday, you write the first 2. On Thursday, you write the second 2. And on Friday, you edit and polish all of them. So they are, and by doing this, you get them all ready to publish, for example, in the next week. You can publish all of them in the same day. It's better to distribute them along the week so you can use them in your promotion plans and etc. I talked about them in another video as well. Yeah, this is it. Don't forget to do the content batching. It helps you to write more in a week or month and etc. Let's recap it. We don't want to put about 4 hours writing an article. We want to write the article, for example, in 110 minutes. I don't know, 1 hour and a half. It can take at most 2 hours. If you do this, first step is research. Don't write anything, only gather data. Edit the outline, create the outline, only H2, H3s and what you're going to write in them. Writing the draft, it can take more time. Then edit it and then polish, just making it beautiful and something like that. It can help you. This 5 step, I can assure you, helps you write faster and faster. And for sure, if you know how to type faster, for sure you can write faster than 110 minutes as well. So this is it for today. This system, I hope, can transfer you from a frustrated writer into a content production machine. And you can have a challenge this week. If you want to challenge yourself, you can pick up one topic and follow the 5-step process exactly and see if you can write faster and compare it to your previous methods. And thank you very much again for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about content marketing. And put the comments if you have any ideas of if you have any similar experience. And please send the video to any of your friends or colleagues who want to learn more about content in life. Thank you again. See you soon.